La 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 la. Recorded
Oh,
December 20th, 2023. Welcome to the holiday edition of the Microsoft Security Insight Pod Show with our host, Rod Trent, Andrea Fisher, Edward Walton, and in spirit but not on, Brody Cassell. Andrew, how you doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I am doing well. Nothing exciting. It's hard to believe Christmas is just a few days away. I've got a little last minute shopping to do and lots of wrapping to do. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet around work. What about you?
Um, yeah, that no rapping. I didn't know you were spitting rhymes like that. You just like you know, and just spitting rhymes out there for the holidays.
she was singing to me earlier.
Really?
Yeah,
Andrew sings to you? What?
to
I
Huh?
all
was
of us
singing,
actually. Yeah.
I was
She,
singing White, I was singing The Heat Miser, Snow Miser.
classic claymation. I was watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Killer Reindeer. Anyway, um, yeah, a little bit of that. Not, no little kids, no nieces and nephews around locally. No, not even wrapping gifts for myself. So not so much packing because I'm getting ready to take some time off and go find warm weather. Christmas is not a thing that I do a whole lot like I used to when my kids were smaller. So um, and it's easier. I'm lazy. Gift card, cash, transmit, Venmo, Cash App, Trillo, whatever is out there. Cash is king and queen and duke and duchess, whatever it is. So that's it for me. We seeing everybody come on. Rod, what about you?
That's a good question. I don't really know what I'm doing. I do know one thing that if you try not to work and just sit around, you get really tired. So I was about an hour ago. I'm like, man, I gotta get up and do something. So I went and took a run. So I'm energized. But I learned something about myself this week. I tried to do the whole cold turkey stop working type of thing, but I'm not that kind of person, right? So I actually kind of enjoy what I do. It's like a hobby or a lifestyle. So yeah, I'm not gonna hit myself about it because I kind of enjoy what I do. So more of a slow fade. Maybe by this time next week, after Christmas is over, I won't care about work. But
Yeah, with as much travel me and the missus do around the world, we overcame that by just coming up with a rule. You get to work 1 hour a day, right? And that way you're not jonesing. So I know
yeah,
I'm going to work. I know I'm off, but I'm going to work 1 hour. It's 60 minutes. I'm done, and then you just put it up. And even that, when I go out this time, I'm not even taking the work laptop. If I can't do it via the phone, and if it's important, call me. Right.
yeah,
And then my wife's self-employed, so she's always working. But for her to say 1 hour, laptops go into the safe, if we're in a hotel or to get shut off, we shut the office. That's what we do, right? It doesn't take much for me. Like if I'm working, all she has to do is say, "Hey, I'm having beer." Click, 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 click. Everything's off. All right. Just pull the wire out the wall and just run and do that. Uh, that's it. I Brody is in the midst of travel, so he's not able to be on the
yeah.
show. He's here in spirit though,
He's
and
he's on the helicopter right now, I think, right?
he's on a helicopter. There you go, jumping out of helicopters. Uh, I'll ask the arbitrary question because we always sort of do it in the show. Andrew, you work on anything cool at work this week, or sort of like slow motion?
Do you have any news that you could? I don't know. Should we wait till the beginning of the year to talk about that?
I could probably go ahead and share, and then maybe we can talk some more about it in the new year. But I
Yeah.
accepted a new role inside Microsoft. So I was a security TS, but I am now going to be working on the security co-pilot team. So that should be super fun. Lots of new things to learn for sure. Um, so that's pretty much what I was doing this week. We've had some trainings on, what's coming, what's new, all that kind of stuff. So other than
Mm,
that, like I said, it's been quiet.
I think
congratulations.
that made me super excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see what the things that you learn. Unfortunately, I'm a little selfish too. I'm gonna learn all the good stuff off of you. So
I'll share what I can for sure. So,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
thank you. Thank
They
you, David. Ideas.
they
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
that team, that group that you're going to, trade up in the draft to take you number one. That's how you do it.
Smooth soccer.
And they, yeah, I will make sure my signing bonus is like, hey, you know, I am a franchise changer here. I'm the first. I'm once in a generation. I'm literally. You're gonna go in and do amazing things. You and I worked together on the same team before, stretch projects and everything. They'll quickly learn. You know, everybody on that team is going to get imposter syndrome within 6 months. And so once again, congratulations. Really happy for you. And whatever you can share, I'm going to learn through you. Unlike Rod, I like secondhand. Just give it to me. You know, I don't have to be responsible. Hey, Trent. I see people are trying to join this, and they saying, "Hey, your maximum's 10, and blah blah blah. You can upgrade to get unlimited." I thought you upgraded.
Well, we do have the upgrade, but if that pops up again, I'll do the upgrade. We have, and people should know that those watching and those listening a little bit later, we have lots of folks that have joined us today, and we have people that are in the green room to join us for the holiday episode. People that they should recognize if they've been watching for the past entire year and a couple of years, really, because we actually have someone super special with us today too, all the way from the North Poles. But we'll get to that here in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's continuing to pop up for me, but I can't do it because it's.
Well, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it next time it pops up.
Yeah,
I'll take care of it. If I disappear for a little bit, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, and then we'll figure out the cost later.
Gary, you're close. That's close.
Should we start with that?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Good.
Hey.
We actually have Santa Claus on the show this year. We've been asking for this for a couple of years, and it finally worked out.
Yeah, it's so great to see you, Andrea, Rod, Edward. You guys are just some of my favorite people. So thanks for having me on.
Miss you, Ren.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, me too.
You're super important and busy and doing all the great things. I was trying to surprise you with a Christmas thingy, but I couldn't pull it off. It was a special Lego thing. I'm like, oh, he's gonna like this.
Oh, he loved Lego, yeah.
I love Lego for sure.
Somebody outbidded me for it. and not knowing the relative cost of certain things, I'm like, is this too much? I'm not sure. No. What I was trying to do, since I know that someone else got it, I'm a big Transformer fan, so I was able to find Omega Supreme in the and someone outbid me for it. I was like, wow, they spent a lot of money on this too. And I was trying to get another one of those, the Constructicons that you make Devastator with. Outbid it on that one too. So probably has something to do with the holidays and people spending money, right?
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
No, for sure.
And this occurred to me to do this a while back, and I sat on my hands. So shame on Ed.
Those older Transformers, those go for quite a bit of money.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
they do. Yes, they do.
And how many elves does it take to put together something like the Millennium Falcon Lego set?
Well, they work in pairs, so and they're pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got fast hands. I've seen a couple movies. I'm not saying that that's realistic, but I think they got that from somewhere.
And one of our guests said, "My son is watching Santa," so I would tell everybody that's listening, watching, I was not very good this year. And so Santa's like, I asked him for something, and Santa's like, no, you're worse than the Grinch this year. So I was like, so what do I get this year? Coal? And then Santa was like, coal's too good for you. Let me show you what I'm going to put in your stocking, and this will teach you a lesson, Edward. I said, what do you give me? He gives me this garbage first.
Oh my goodness. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Is it the one with the CD in it? Is the CD inside? It is.
Damn.
Yes, there it is.
And then I go,
oh my goodness.
I wasn't that bad. He said, you were worse.
Oh no.
This will learn you.
Oh my goodness.
All by Ron Trent.
I think yeah. Look at that.
And I say, I
had a life before Microsoft.
Oh, you didn't have a life.
Yeah.
And he said, will that teach you a lesson? I was like, yes, Santa. you're not contrite and you're not sincere. This will really learn you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was the worst. I hated that one. That
So
was
everybody,
that was the book where I decided I'm never writing a book ever again.
and
And I
so
and yeah.
all these books are written by Rod Trent. And the interesting reading, not reading through the book, is reading his forward, the people he think in the book, and me looking them up.
Are
Northern
any
Church-
of them still alive?
I wish you hadn't led with that because I was about to mention your dad's name, Porter. Porter Trent. I hope Mr. Trent is.
No, my dad, he passed a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I pulled this one up first because all these teach me something about you I didn't know. You're giving thanks to your children. I won't mention their names on live TV. Now I know how many children you have. I
only had a couple at that point, right? So
You-
yeah, that book led to a couple more, I think. We're just like,
Wow.
hey, we need to do something.
each forward is pretty good in here, and I can see what people I bought these offline, and some of them are highlighted notes, great tips in it. This one right here with the CD is obviously used. They put the CD back in and sealed it up.
Yeah.
It has scratches on it, but
That
just
was
thought I'd-
that was the original GitHub, right? So all the scripts and everything that were in the print are on that CD, so they could have access to everything. So
I bought these just as a little make you smile thing, man. It's actually
that's
brings back
hilarious.
memories, man. I've been around this long. Wow. So
That's hilarious.
I promise that I'll be good next year. Don't do me like this again. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having a good sense of humor.
Oh, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and bring a couple other people on while we're here. How about that? Along with Santa, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that want to talk to Santa. And I'm looking through our green room and I see two other people with hats on. So that's who I'm choosing,
Hey.
just so we are all on the same page. Henrik, Brody number 2 is here. And then, of course, Morton as well.
So 2 games.
I think, Morton, when I see you sometime in March.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
will. So we are so lucky to have Rod Trent to come for Experts Live Denmark
Oh, wow.
for March the 20th. So we're really, really excited about that. And he will also be joined by Donna Sarker. So this is going to be really cool. So I really encourage you to
And
come.
I'll bring those books with me. So,
Very good.
and a vicious rumor that Edward Walton may be there too. I told you I was coming.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I'm
well,
man of my
we
word.
We could do the show from Denmark. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
Denmark is much closer than me promising to come down to Australia to some of the other folks.
And since Andrea's on a new team, they might let her come with us.
Andrea, put it out there.
Denmark, let's do it. I've never been before. Morton,
All
can you
right.
show us all around.
Am I going to freeze to death during that time? Or wish I was dead?
Actually, I had a funny experience last week when we were talking about traveling, because suddenly I received an email from the US government saying that my visa was revoked. And so I couldn't travel to the US anymore. And the reason for that was that apparently there was a new rule that was implemented saying that people that had went to Cuba for vacation, they get their visa revoked. So I had to spend, an evening filling out like 300 questions and going to the U.S. Embassy Monday. And today I received my 10-year visa, and I was approved to get it. But it was a little, scary in a way. Suddenly you cannot travel anymore. So, but we managed to get it. So a big. It was really impressive to see that they could manage to get it solved in one day. So that was pretty impressive.
I would love to know why. I mean, I know that the U.S. has a little bit of a pie on their face for one of our most senior people being a double agent. I don't know why. I mean, they were using, they closed down something because of
there's some kind of list or something. But everything was sorted out, so I'm good for now, so I can come back to the U.S. again.
hmm
Well, along that line, Edward, just so you know, I think I told you this, I couldn't get global entry to come back into the US after traveling abroad because I was arrested when I was like 20 for drunk and disorderly. So that
Okay.
will prevent you from getting global access.
20. So you got arrested last year?
Oh,
Okay.
see, Edward is smooth talking tonight. Woo!
Hey,
He
man.
really does want some good Christmas presents.
You know, she never did send me my bottle of scotch, so evidently I made her
I've got
mad.
it sitting right here. I'm gonna get it to you.
And I got your bottle sitting right here. This little fancy rosé. I might try to put it in the mail before I head out tomorrow. It's just the line at UPS and USPS and every other shipping place is around the corner, up the street, down the door. The grocery stores are packed. Hey, before we do the next guest, we are, security thing, and to make sure that we do the thing. I want to talk at least technical about one thing, and this is going to be geared toward Andrea. So I'm going to share my screen, and this stuff is starting to become pervasive because I have a process watcher, and I just legacy software I have it on, so I know when certain software goes. I keep a dossier of what new processes it does. But MDE flagged on this one time, and then I tried to find it. I didn't see it. And when I go to my process generation reporting tool, I forget what it's called, I saw this. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. How did I do that, Rod, again?
Present down at the bottom.
Yeah, present. and
Share
make sure I
screen.
present.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bunch of experts here, so don't leave it up to me. We got Santa, we got Henrik and Morton and Rod. So let's all take a look at whatever this.
All right. Let's see. While we're waiting, while we're watching Edward, I'm going to pull someone else on screen with us.
Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yep.
So you see what I'm running atypical stuff. Look at that.
Artificial intelligence host for the what's the
Outlook.
the full name? You
the
hover
full
over
name-
it.
It is.
I think you can just hover over it for the Windows. Oh, yeah, that's the Copilot for Windows, right?
Mhm. And it just started coming into my system. And so it started with that. And now that process is manifesting in the Office products and all that. You can see PowerPoint, all this. Because I know the reason I brought that up, Rod was sort of beside himself because he couldn't get into the Copilot.
Yeah,
Like, "Ed,
I'm
how'd you
still
get-"
super jealous. I don't have that.
I'm like, it's showing up in my stuff. And I'm like, oh. And so MDE flagged it at first. And then it stopped. And then when I looked at it, I'm like, what is that?
Huh.
But
I do have it now, by the way.
Okay, well, there you go. So I made some phone calls. You good?
I appreciate that.
Merry
Well, that gives me
Christmas.
something else to look for in the logs, though, to figure out if, yeah, that's good.
So, oh, we got
blog.
somebody else
New
that
blog.
jumped in. Toby
I
jumped
did
in.
want to also
Yay!
introduce Noodle is here with us as well. Noodle, for those that have watched the show for a while, you know that we have this individual that we call Noodle that helps out with our Discord channel, is the admin, the server admin for our Discord channel. Toby, would you like to introduce yourself with your real name and all that good kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I am Toby. I am a security architect. I work for a MSP for now. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. Not very good on camera, so just.
Well, apparently you're talking to yourself in the chat, so I just thought I'd throw it out.
I'm good in chat, on camera not so much.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but we're so happy that you're here and appreciate you actually being here with us and all the work that you have done for us over. I mean, it's just all volunteer stuff, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
eventually you'll call in favors, and that's okay.
That's all right. I've got no favors to ask at the moment.
Okay. Keep them in. Yeah, you've done a lot with the automation and the Discord and all this other stuff, which I need to get back in and be more active in. It keeps logging me out for some reason. So, but yeah.
Hopefully next year I have a bit more time, so I can put a bit more effort into it.
Okay, we really appreciate that. Yeah, we got a green room full of people. It's probably out of beer, we out of snacks. They're eating up all the stuff in the green room. So
I heard a lot of noise in there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Someone, I think, kind of got in an argument. I'm not sure. But those that are on screen now, anytime that you need to go, Ren, I truly appreciate you being here. What show could be better without Santa Claus? So I think that's super, super awesome. And I'm glad you did that. And I think what most people don't realize is that you actually do this as part of giving back to your community. This is not just something, you didn't buy this outfit. It wasn't just sitting around somewhere. This is something you actually do. I think it would be awesome if you explain that.
Yeah. So thank you. No, in my day job, I'm a cybersecurity professional like you guys. And I love what we do. I love, David Foss is I think he congratulated you, Andrea. He's my manager. Love him to death. And I just want to give him a shout out and what we're trying to accomplish it within our SOC. So, there's that. But, when I'm not, doing cybersecurity and focused on those efforts. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. We started this about 13 years ago, and we really wanted to learn how to truly embody, Santa through a charitable way of giving back. And so we started a toy drive. We just had our toy drive 2 weekends ago. I think we hit an all-time high of handing out toys, but I brought a sleigh back from Illinois, which was fantastic. So I've got my sleigh, and we had horses pulling it. We had wagons full of toys, and we probably had 40 or 50 volunteers helping us, hand out toys, and that was just magical. It was amazing. We do a lot of things around the community. I spent a lot of time with special needs kids this morning. And just being with them, feeling their spirit, and helping them feel seen and heard. And that fills my cup. It's just amazing to be around, kids like that. We got to see a really dear friend of mine. His name is Eli. And we've probably been with his family and coming and seeing him, 6-7 years in a row now. He's in an elongated bed, very special needs, nonverbal, and it was just very heartwarming to be able to be with him today. So yeah, that's kind of what we do, and we love doing it.
Yeah, that's super awesome. People don't realize the effort, I don't think, that you put into this, right? So that's a real beard. That's the real color. Because you wouldn't normally have a white beard, so.
Right. Yep. Thank you. Yep.
So that takes a lot of effort. That really shows just a super kind heart. I really appreciate that.
Yep. Ren has always been that giver. He essentially hired me into the GBB role and around the Sentinel stuff. One of the best interviews. A lot of times you go through interviews, you don't learn anything. Had I not even gotten the job, I learned a lot. It was 30 minutes. Finally, I think Ren had to cut me off like an hour and a half. Say, I got something to do, Ed. I was like, I appreciate it. So thank you. I would not have been exposed to Sentinel and all that, and had you not made the decision to say, "Hey, man, I want him on the team," I think he's going to do good work. So I appreciate that. That was a good Christmas present that year. Now it's been a long time. It's blown by.
That was even before those books.
I doubt that.
No,
I think the person who originally had these books was on Mount Sinai. He walked up like this with them. He had them above his head, and he threw them down,
ready to break them over the stones. Yeah.
Well, we got more people in there.
We do. I think as we go along, I think people. Ren, I appreciate you showing up. If you want to go, that's great. Morton, you and I will connect after this. Like I said, we have a bunch of other folks, and because we do have that limit, I just tried to go in and purchase that. We'll talk about that after the show, because that is another significant expenditure, which we'll all talk about as we go along. But
all right.
Well, Morton, I'll talk to you later. Henrik, stick around. We've not talked to you yet, and so. I want to bring on a couple other folks here real quick. First off, one that kind of ignited my interest, there's something sparkly in the green room. And also I was thinking, we needed a Grinch.
Oh,
Wow.
John, you're
Nope.
on mute, buddy.
Yeah, that was just to prevent all these strange feelings that are coming out, at this time of year. So
I didn't think there were any Grinches in Canada, Canada. Everybody up there is so nice.
I'm Ohio, so that's
Yeah, that's even worse.
yeah.
That's where I'm from,
Absolutely.
John. You know that. So.
I know, absolutely.
For some reason I thought you reside north of us, and now that I go back from
Well, that's
when you-
anything is north from you, Edward, because you're in Atlanta. Yeah.
Well, that's where the sanity lies, and I'm not one of those Florida people, right? That's.
There's Florida here.
I
I
did.
live right on the
I-
lake,
I-
so if you go
yeah.
north, you get wet, and then at the other side, you have Canada. So close enough, Edward. Close
Yeah.
enough.
How have you been, sir?
I have been doing my Grinchy thing, trying to keep people from needing to make insurance claims and making sure that they get paid when they do. So
Yeah. Your episode was one of the personal, most informative to me. Things about cybersecurity insurance, I go, and I took a lot of those tidbits and told people, especially about underwriting and choosing your response entity. People like, I did not know that. I need to go back and reread. I said, you reread all you want. If you in contract, that's how it is,
yep.
right? There was a couple of folks I told about that who work at law firms. They did not know that, but they weren't surprised. They're like, I can see that. And Angelica, I know that you started a new role,
She did.
I did.
new being sort of relative. That's the reason you sort of fell off the map.
Yeah, I started in October. I actually joined Brody's team technically. So
Mhm.
I joined the Microsoft, Security Enterprise Services. We were recently renamed. So I'm back in delivery, and I'm really enjoying it, to be honest with you. It's a lot of
So-
work, but it's a lot
So
of fun.
what's it like working with Brody? Can you tell us?
So I work in the same team. I haven't been on the same,
Okay.
delivery yet.
Look at
but
this. All the
actually-
congratulations all the way around.
Yeah.
Everybody that's part of the show, there's just like something super exciting happening.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And actually, congrats, Andrea, on your new team. My friend Rick is actually joining the same team, so I think that team is going to be very talented people in there.
awesome.
Rick,
Connect with him.
what's
Rick Cutlers, he was with me in GPS for a little bit, and now he's with Andrea's team.
Oh, okay.
You guys are gonna
Yeah.
have all the fun, and we're gonna grab all the knowledge from you guys.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna task Andrea with coming in and do a brain dump about what she's doing, what she can talk about. So very interesting set of subtopics, or because I've taught defender experts there, to death, and that'll be great. Andrew, once you get in, we should have a 2-part show, all things Copilot.
Or Copilot for security. Sorry.
Yeah.
Edward and Rod, I bet you'll remember this one. So you brought up those books, and I was thinking back in the day of an all-nighter I pulled to try and bring up an Exchange server, and of course, 56K internet you're not downloading. So I went to the Barnes and Noble and bought the Exchange server book from Microsoft Press that had the eval CD in the
Mhm.
back to rebuild this server. How many of us have been there before?
Yeah, I have been there because I would go in. I had to do something similar, and you would go buy the resource kit.
Right? Exactly.
You had to get. I was trying to find it in the MSDN subscription in the big CD thing, and someone had taken the darn thing, and I was like, "Where can I get it?" And I went to not Barnes and Nobles, but
Walden Books.
not Walden.
Walden Books. There's
Micro
the
Center.
name.
That long ago.
Wow.
Micro Center.
Not Micro Center. The other
Com-
place that was a competitor to Barnes and Nobles.
Oh.
Borders.
Borders
Yeah.
books. That's it. Yeah.
I went to Borders and got it, and did it, and yeah, that was crazy. And then
I
eventually,
told-
after that, I found the darn MSDN thing. They had the resource kit in it.
I mentioned having to get the resource kit a while back, and somebody from the audience told me that they think there's a shot for that.
Yeah, I got some of the old stuff. I I don't think I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna hold on to it.
No.
It's
Absolutely.
some of the good stuff. Because one of the things had a ISA um, uh, on the resource kit. ISA 2003, something like that. Before they started calling it TMG. I believe that's what they did it. So yeah, good stuff.
I'll have
And-
to bring it on the show one of these days, but I still have the entire box set of SMS 1.1.
Oh man.
Right.
Because
Well,
I think the Smithsonian's going to give you a call about that here.
I'm hoping. Well, look at my wall. Everything I have back there is from the 1970s. So right?
yeah, but that's all classic stuff. I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty sure SMS is classic.
27 disc set.
Yeah, I find myself not throwing away certain things. I still have a 3-com switch downstairs.
Oh boy.
Anybody
Yeah.
remember this baby? I don't know if you can-
We can't see it.
It's just showing.
It's your background.
It's an original Commodore 64 shell. I have it hanging on my wall just so that people can make me feel old by walking in and going, "What's that?" Because I don't have enough reasons to feel old. Bald head, gray hair, none of that, right? So
I think I bought my first computer when I really wanted to really do computer stuff. I don't think the term then was IT. It was just you, computer dude. I bought it from Fingerhut.
oh, like good
Yeah, the
old
V-
finger hut.
They had a
Finger
V20
Hut. Did you order it from the
processor.
catalog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Had payment plans on it too.
Layaway?
It didn't have a 286 processor. It had some little off-brand processor. They call it a V20. And I think it was running at 33 megahertz.
That's what they said anyway.
And I taught myself DR DOS on it.
DR DOS. Yeah. DR DOS 7. I remember that.
Yeah.
So I think it's worthwhile, at least since this is kind of the holiday episode, and maybe if you want to use the technology theme, kind of go around the room here with our guest. What are you expecting to get for Christmas?
Technology wise, or just any gift?
Technology wise, maybe. How about that?
Well,
Because I don't want to know. I don't want to know about some of the stuff, right? So that's probably not for the show, but we'll just stick with technology. John, what are you expecting to get for Christmas?
Well, so some of you may know this, but I am a master instructor for scuba diving. I've been an instructor since 2002, and Oceanic just actually released a housing for the iPhone that allows me to turn it into an actual quality dive camera and computer. I already do that with the Ultra 2, but this way I can do it with my phone. I don't have to carry a separate camera anymore or charge separate batteries or any of that junk. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
Pretty crazy. That's awesome. Angelica, what are you I don't know, looking for? And it kind of sounds, I don't know, sounds bad, doesn't it? What are you looking to get for Christmas?
So I actually got myself a chair. That's really like the physical present. But we're going on vacation. We're going to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. And we leave Saturday. So I'm looking forward to spending time with, because my boys are older. So, you know, when they get older, it's like you really just value the time that you spend with them. That's the thing that you value the most.
Yep.
So my oldest lives in Seattle, so he's going to meet us there. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that's
Super
great.
excited.
Yeah, that's super awesome. I get it, right? Because you know my kids, I have more kids than are listed in those books, but my kids are, you know, they're all older. We still have one at home, and you know we're spending that time with her. But we have one that you know lives a couple hours away, and he'll be here for Christmas. And I don't know, I crave that, right? You just
Same here.
yeah, it's difficult to. With all of life and being busy, it's difficult to kind of think about that when it's happening versus when you don't have it anymore and you really kind of hunger for it. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
That's awesome you're doing that.
Yeah. Should be a lot of fun. Plus we get to do lots of adventure stuff like you know, and it's tropical weather too, so we get to enjoy the ocean and do all that stuff. So should be fun.
Yeah. And Henrik, other than guest hosting on the show this next year as one of your gifts, what
Yeah,
else are
thanks.
you looking for the holidays?
Tech, of course, and it's probably I'm hoping for a Ubiquiti AI bullet cam, so I can start reading license plates and playing around with collecting license plate numbers down the street.
Okay.
Not officially, of course. I didn't mean that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
People down the street will start getting weird messages in their mailboxes. Like, where is this coming from? You ran that stoplight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a real thing, though. Someone thought it was clever to make their license plate name null, and they got all the tickets from the system that couldn't identify it, and that field in the program said null. It was on NPR or something, and the guy got like a gazillion tickets from the code enforcement or driver enforcement about it. So be careful what you put on your license plates these days. They are being read, if not by you, by somebody, right? Yeah, and don't obscure your license plate either. I had someone pull me over. I'm like, we couldn't see your license plate. For what? What do you need to see it for? You know. But yeah, cool. Andrew, did you say what you were getting?
You know, we just don't have any little ones, and my sister and I, we went and got a pedicure. That was our big thing. But tech-wise, honestly, I got all of us just some little things. It's like a little, you put your iPhone cord in there and you can wrap it around, and then it kind of locks in, so you can keep that in your purse so your cord isn't flying everywhere. And I got some of the little mini, there's so many tiny power bricks anymore, so I got some tiny ones. I just did a bunch of little stocking stuffers like that. But
yeah, I'm going to Aruba tomorrow, so I'm going to collect solar energy on the beach, directly convert it through my skin, and relax a little bit. So
Vitamin D therapy.
Somewhere to run where it's warm, because I can't do the rod thing running outside in the cold. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm a wimp that way. So that's my Christmas gift to myself. Doing that. Headed out tomorrow. Have fun. And
so we have more guests. Please, I promise. You all know I love you to death. Don't be offended, but we kind of need to kind of shuffle people out. Thank you so much for coming on for this episode, and happy holidays to everyone. Henrik, I'm gonna leave you on. I'm gonna make you suffer.
Thank all of you.
All right.
Take care. Be well.
Thank you.
I would love to bring on two people from the same company who are here waiting with us. Partners of ours, we love these people. Eric and Mona.
Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you guys again. Thanks for having us.
It's good. Eric.
Howdy.
What's up, homie?
Not much, man. How's things?
What do you mean not much? We have a huge announcement that just came out last week.
I was just going to ask you how you thought about that. Was that the big Christmas present?
Yeah, Santa came early for Blue Voyant. We closed
I thought
our
you guys
series.
got married or something. You're going to announce. Okay.
Oh, no. No, not that. No. He is my work husband in some capacities, but not any more than that. We're super excited. Santa came early. We closed our Series E round funding, $140 million. And we used it to buy a company called Conquest Cyber.
Woo-hoo.
So for those of you guys who don't know Conquest Cyber, they were the U.S. Defense and Intelligence Partner of the Year last year. So we were MSSP Partner of the Year. Kind of makes sense to really target, our U.S. federal government, state and local government, be there to support kind of our friends in those areas, and really try to fulfill that dream of, what if you have commercial instances and you have GCC high instances? Is there a provider who could actually help you with all of those instances, provide managed services, MDR, and risk services? So the other great part about our acquisition of Conquest Cyber is that they have a really fantastic perspective on risk, using Microsoft Compliance, Purview, really augmenting more of our Microsoft security stack in our portfolio. So we aren't just looking at security, we're looking at security, compliance, identity, and really being that partner that you could come to for managed services around any of those things. And really the most exciting part is when we say managed services, we don't just mean MDR and looking at alerts. We're really leaning into this idea that Microsoft done right requires a level of technology management, IT operations support as well. So you're going to start seeing BlueVoyant broaden ourselves out a little bit more and stand up and say, you know what, we are the partner for your entire Microsoft stack. And we are so excited to build that future, with Conquest now part of BlueVoyant. So
I mean, it's
thrilled.
really kind of like two greats, like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce coming together. So
I know, right? We're Taylor Swift, in case you guys are curious, like we're the Taylor Swift. No, but that was a fantastic joke. I really appreciate it, Andrea. You got your audience spot on. But yeah, no, we're super excited. We had our holiday party and got to learn a little bit more about our Conquest friends. And I think it's going to be a really great match. I'm really looking forward to seeing the companies grow together.
Congratulations on that. Yeah, I remember when it was announced and everything. So good stuff around that.
Yeah, it means that we're busy for the next few months. I've got a stacked calendar.
Yeah. Are you coming my way first of the year, right? Aren't you doing something here in Atlanta?
I promise I'll come to Atlanta if you ask me. It doesn't take much. You don't have to twist my arm. I've got a couple customers I've been meaning to visit anyway, so I'll definitely plan to come and hang out. Or you can come and hang out with me in New York City. Christmas in New York, I hear, is beautiful. Actually, it's fantastic. So
I've spent Christmas and New Year's in New York before, but I've already got commitments. I gotta go to this Caribbean island and
yeah, man, I heard about that earlier. I was like, man, he's got the right idea. I'm sitting here, worried about it being cold and I have to take my dog out, wear a jacket, and he's like, Santa Claus is like, bye.
No, I am just not up on geography. Is Aruba considered Caribbean? Right?
Yeah,
Is it that way?
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh,
Yeah.
I wanna
Ooh,
take you to
Andrea,
Aruba.
Mona, you should do a duet.
Yeah, I should. Actually, little
I
trivia.
really can't stay. No, I'm kidding. I know you guys wanted to get through, folks, but I really just wanted to stop in and say hi and
That's great.
share the great news and let you guys know that BlueVoyant is growing, and we're continuing to grow. So if you know great people who are looking for a great place to call home, send them my way.
Eric, what's it like working for Mona or working with Mona? Sorry.
It's great most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. As he moves forward with body language and blinks twice. I'm in danger.
Oh, you know what? He got promoted, so lucky for him, he gets to work with the Azure architects now. Yeah, we should say a congrats to Eric too. He's been really doing great things for BlueVoyant and is a bright shining star for us.
That's
here.
what I get. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Yeah, it's all good stuff too. So
he makes the most controversial, engaging post on LinkedIn. He drives emotion.
Yeah, man. Congrats on your 25,000 followers.
Yeah.
There's a big moment.
Well, it's an acquired taste, right?
It's an acquired taste. Yeah. It throws me off a little bit because. Are you from Arkansas? Because I think you and my wife are from the same spot. Yeah, North Little Rock, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's where my wife is from, North Little Rock. So I used to come up there all the time, and I ran the Little Rock Marathon every March. I would come up there and run.
I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice because they changed the bridge, so you don't go across the old bridge anymore. You got to come across, and then we run around the Clinton Library. I think we come back the backside if you run. Yeah. Yeah, and the medals you get are literally bigger than your chest. They're so nice, and you get the gumballs if you win the 10K.
Sure, those are medals.
They're medals.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice race. It's great hospitality. If you win the 10K, you get a gumball machine. It's about this big, right? And it makes real gumballs. So, not that I won. One of the guys on my team won. So we opened the top and shared all the bubble gum out of it. Eric, I didn't know you were a runner.
Nope, not much anymore.
Oh, that's
Maybe
what it's
about
like
10 or
working.
15 years ago, but past that now.
Yeah, that's what it's like working for Mona. She's like,
Now he
you got
just
time
runs
to
his
run, you
mouth.
got time to
No,
work.
he just runs his mouth. That's what he runs now. That's it. That's it.
A little
That's
bit,
it.
yeah, pretty much. Speaking of running my mouth, I did put out a new version of a project on GitHub this week to kind of help people deploy Defender for Cloud a little bit faster, right? So if you don't like clicking all the boxes and you want to just click one box, just head over to GitHub and go to MS Dirtbag and download that there.
So GitHub/MS Dirtbag. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
I will. I'll put that in the show notes.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I'm making a note right now. Defender for Cloud. Got it.
Yeah,
Well, Mona,
Dirtbag.
it's I will find an opportunity to get north of New York and come hang out.
Yeah, we'd love to have you anytime. You want to
Well,
talk
you're
on
in
any of
New
our webcasts? Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there. Third
Are you
week.
coming on the 25th? Are you coming on the 25th with
Coming in
Judson?
for the AI tour. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll see you.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate the time. Thanks for letting us share our great news.
Yeah. Happy
And
holidays.
yeah, happy holidays to everybody. I wish you all the best.
Same.
Same to
Be
you.
careful.
Thank you.
Our show notes, Rod, you'll have a whole day's worth of work. Announcements,
know.
promotions, all this is expanding.
I have to go back sometimes. Now that we have Blue Voynich gone, I want to bring Noodle back on with Henrik. We still have some other folks still in the green room. We've had everybody on so far, but now some people have left. So hopefully those that will be shuffling in will be able to log in. But again, we'll have to
Is the green
work
room
on
empty?
the subscription a little bit later for more.
Yeah, people are bouncing in and out. I get it. Wow, we've almost blown through an hour that fast. So we got good people in here. I guess it goes that way. As far as tech, I'm not. You said state of tech. I put in a vacation. I'm actually not buying anything. I got a laptop.
Oh.
Because I want a dedicated machine that I started my my journey path, whatever else, to take the SANS course 508.
Oh yeah, you mentioned
so I started on that. Got all the cool posters, Andrea. The Hunt Evil. They updated the Hunt Evil.
Oh,
poster.
good. That was a fun one.
Yeah. Now they actually put it on there, whereas you can buy it when I actually having to go take a course and having it included in there, which is cool. So they have it. It's $25 for that poster. So they sent a DFIR poster, and they got one for Hunt Evil. Speaking of that, big shout out to Frank Grimberg. He couldn't make the show. Talked to him for a good while yesterday. He called me he always calls me on these arbitrary things. He and his wife got a new dog, German Shepherd, pedigree dog, and they needed me to help determine the name. They couldn't figure out the name. I'm like, dog name? I don't know. Rin Tin Tin, Rover, Killer, whatever you want to call the dog, right? Biter, But he said that he will come on next year. He's just been super busy, and he couldn't make the show this year. But shout out to Frank Grimberg.
Yeah,
he's doing well. Family's doing well. His wife and I love science fiction and anime and horror shows. So Jamie and I always talk about, what new slasher movies that are out there, right? Going on.
Do you like slasher movies, really?
Yeah, a little bit.
I watched the new Thanksgiving slasher movie today, by the way.
What? Turkey Strike Back?
No, they actually came out one just called Thanksgiving, and there were a couple scenes where I had to look away. So if you like slasher films, it's a good one.
Well,
No, thank you. Not for me.
I mean, I don't like.
Hey, who's that?
Hello.
Hey, look at that dude right there.
It's Luke Skywalker.
It is. It is young Skywalker.
In a festive sweater, no less.
I got my Christmas stuff on.
Oh, look at that.
That
Look
looks
at it.
great. Is that from the Star Wars holiday episode?
Yeah. No, it's just the Empire Strikes Back. It's got all the
Oh.
walkers on it.
That's
My
that's
only
a new,
Christmas jumper I have.
that's a new Star Wars movie coming out, right? I saw some trailers or something.
There
Is it
is?
on? Who
New
owns
Star
that?
Wars.
Who is it?
New games coming out. New movie being made. Good times.
For
Help
those
me
who don't know,
understand.
this is Richard Diver who's just joined us. Those just listening in instead of watching. Our good buddy Richard Diver is here.
Disney owns
Nice to see
Star
you.
Wars. That's right?
Yep.
Disney owns everything except for what?
Notice there's no monopoly
Bond, maybe?
anti-compete conversations against them, right?
DC.
They own DC. Oh yeah, they own partial of the.
Who owns DC? Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is in trouble, is from what I hear. So maybe Disney will
split.
get DC. I don't know.
So you have DC and you have the. No, that's different. That's
No,
Marvel. Because
Disney-
you have the
Disney
Marvel
has
Cinematic
Marvel.
Universe and you have something. So DC
But
is
Marvel is owned by Disney. But
Yeah, it's Disney too.
portions of it's owned by Disney. Yeah, they can't get the other half because you got the MCU, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then you have the other Marvel movies. Marvel gets the movies right. Actually, they don't. Yes, they do. DC doesn't
did.
get the movies right, but DC gets the television right.
Yeah.
If you're watching
Yeah.
Titans, Flash, the old Superman that was on, Legends of Tomorrow, Green Lantern, Black Lightning. When you watch those on WB or whatever else, they're good. Movies,
Yeah, I didn't mind the Suicide Squad, at least the second one. I thought they
Yeah.
did a much better job.
I watched The Flash, and there were just so many gaps, and maybe because I'm a comic nerd and a comic hit, it was a lot of gaps. Like, no, it don't work that way. Doing that right. I saw a trailer for another. I've not seen the Marvels switching companies. I heard it was just okay also. So
I thought it was adorable, but maybe it was
Oh,
meant
yeah.
for
I watched Barbie.
I've not watched that.
I watched it. Yeah.
It had entertaining moments. So when I watched it on a flight I just had this week,
Yeah.
going out, I'm like, coming back when I had the luxury of having 2 or 3 beers, it was much more entertaining. I laughed outright at some of the stuff.
I liked it. I liked it up till about
In
three quarter, and then it just stopped being funny or something.
They were trying to wrap it up.
Maybe to you, but to the
Oh,
women of the world, we thought it was
Oh.
terrible.
well, no, I liked it. I thought it was
Oh,
hilarious.
Some of it funny.
Then they tried to get serious. I hate when comedies do that. But
Yeah, they had to wrap it up. And
Yeah.
the hardest thing of any person that creates something, and Andrew's a writer. I mean, a writer, trained, is to start and to finish. The guts sort of fill themselves out. How to close? I like how to close out a movie. The movies that close out the best, that I watch them every November. I love watching all of the Lord of the Rings stuff. Love it. I watch all the Lord of the Rings during that Thanksgiving 2 weeks. I watch all of the Matrices, and then I watch 10 Commandments. Those are my movies. Those are my holiday movies. Charleston Heston, love them.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yep,
Yeah,
love the
I
10
love some of the old
Commandments.
war movies, and
Ben-
James
Ben-
Bond. That was always a Christmas.
Yeah, Ben-Hur's not bad either. I like that one too. I'm watching that. And so, but
Oh, I
Richard, what
forgot.
have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm gonna wave my way out. Good to see you
Bye.
guys. But
Hi,
everybody,
Have a
we'll
good
see you in
Christmas.
the new year. Love you guys.
Priya,
Merry Christmas.
Have an awesome Christmas. We love you.
Thanks. Bye,
right.
guys.
bye.
Love you, friend.
Love you.
What have I been up to? Mostly AI stuff, but starting to get into
Really?
SDL. And
You work for
developing-
Microsoft or something?
I know, it's this thing. This is the original AI right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not new. It's the same old thing, just with a new packaging.
I told somebody that the other day, Richard. People were
Yeah.
talking about self-driving cars. I'm like, self-driving cars have been around for decades. They look at me, I was like, yeah, for rich people, it's called chauffeurs.
I thought it was like go-karts you could push down a hill or something.
No, it was chauffeurs. A lot of people have self-driving cars. Watch me get in the car and go here and not touch the wheel. Bentley, yes, sir. Take me here. So there you go. Yeah,
Parker.
Bentley.
The one's Parker and the pink one. Yeah, so SDL, we're going to be doing a lot of, hopefully a lot of work next year on the SDL because it hits 20-year birthday in January. So
Mhm.
we're going to try to refresh some web pages and make it look interesting again, and update it for what we call dynamic SDL. Try to explain what that means. Still working on what that means, but we'll work it out.
And when you're talking about SDL, you're talking about either secure development lifecycle, or you're talking about what you presented on secure initiative type stuff.
Secure development lifecycle. It's part of the SFI, yeah, the Secure Futures Initiative, because we have to. Oh man, someone at the door. Hey, I'll be back.
It's a delivery. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of so I need to sort of more than you sort of need to ensure that I'm going to get into the experts thing in Dublin before I book my ticket. I mean Copenhagen. Where
Yeah.
did Dublin come from? I forget. And Rod, you and I can we can connect and figure out how we can land at the same time. Do that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we will. I'll be in Paris at the Microsoft AI tour. I'm like a few days before that, right, Morton? So it's like, is it a week before or 2 or 3 days?
Yeah. Last time I heard about it was Thursday, the week before.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to Paris. Not one of my favorite places. I'll come directly into Denmark.
Well, but if I'm there, it's going to be awesome.
No, it's not. It'll be two miserable people in the same place.
We'll be running around the Eiffel Tower, getting our run in.
You can keep that. I'll meet you in Copenhagen.
All right.
I'm coming from MVP Summit. That's the week before. So I'll be flying back from the US, I think Friday, landing in Denmark on Saturday. So that's going to be in the week before.
Does Denmark have a I guess it's up to me to figure out whether Denmark has a direct flight from Atlanta. I doubt it.
No, yeah, you have to probably, if you're going with Delta, you probably want to do
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam, exactly. I was just going to say that. So that's probably the hub, and then you can go to Copenhagen from there. But we'd love to have you in Denmark. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to make a very honest attempt to make sure I make that. I just need to check my schedule because I got some other things. I'm going to do a B-sides event next year. It's going to be in Puerto Rico. And I was going to submit to the MMS thing, but I decided to sort of not. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Rod, you and I need to talk about that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but let's talk about presenting. So I've been on the road. Like, here's what I've been doing since November 1st. Went to Ignite, so I got to meet more in person and actually meet Rod the first time in person. So we did Ignite. I come home from Ignite, spent 2 days, and then I leave and I go to Morocco for 2 weeks. So I was in Morocco for 14 days. Come back home from Morocco, stayed home for 2 days, and then I flew out to Houston to present at the HASMOG meetup. I was supposed to meet Rod there, but he decided it was convenient for him to catch the flu, so he couldn't make it, and I had to present. So I presented there on what did I present on? MDI and ITDR, identity detection and threat response, something like that. So that was a really good session. Then I left there and went straight to DC with my son for 2 days. Then I come back home, been home since Friday night, and then
You're wearing me out.
I went to Seattle overnight. I left Monday, came back yesterday. So I got back yesterday. I'm home for 2 days, and I'm headed to Aruba for 6 days. And then when I come back from that, I'm home a day. I got to run to Phoenix for a day trip when I get back from Phoenix. And then after that, I have to fly to Nashville. Then that closes my year out.
I wouldn't look forward to that. I'm sorry. I know you probably do, but that would wear me out.
It has worn me out, but it's a necessary evil. It's just this year, but I made diamond. You're like, hey, congratulations, you made diamond. Of course I did. On Delta. But one of the things I've learned from being a traveler, don't miss the opportunity to really build goodwill and smiles, because it's sort of tradition that when you're flying this type of gear, you always have something to give the flight attendants as you come on. It's a chocolate, $10, they're collecting. I mean, when you're coming on the plane, I love this time of year. Everybody's friendly. They're getting out of their parking spots. They're helping you with stuff. It was not chaos. I wish this time of year could last. Everybody's just nice. And so that when you come on the board, the flight attendants are there. Everybody's handing them gift cards and this and chocolates and all this. And it's a really good look. And then we go back to hating each other here January, the second week of January.
See, that's funny because I would have expected it to be the other way. You know, people stressed about traveling during the holidays, and so that's pretty interesting.
You don't want to be stressed, don't fly Southwest. There you go.
Or what's the other one? The one where you have to pay for even like an armrest?
Oh, Frontier? Spirit?
Yeah, Frontier or Blue something another. I don't know if they still
there was a joke that people were sitting on the tarmac and they had moved and they were like, well, why are we not taking off? Well, we don't have a pilot. You guys can pay for the pilot. We need more people. The pilot is empty in there. You didn't get the pilot upgrade. Is anybody here a pilot?
You just watch a YouTube video. I could do that.
Do you guys realize planes fly themselves? You don't need a human. You basically need a human to ensure safe ascent with non-obstruction and descent to make sure what the computers can't see, you don't run into anything. Planes fly themselves. Right? We talking about Copilot and Microsoft. That's a good juxtaposition. It's Copilot.
There's a reason, yeah.
It's not autopilot. Copilot's not autopilot. Yeah, you better keep it to Copilot mount. You don't want an autopilot. But these planes are sophisticated. So all those dials and stuff. And I got pilot friends. John, aren't you a pilot also? Thought you were a pilot. Them twisting the knobs and everything, that's show. They're making sure that those particular telemetries work by taking them out of tires and putting them back. They don't have to really do anything. Can I give it throttle? And can I back it off and get your flaps to be able to get the downdraft? That does not dissuade it, because your skill as a pilot is when all this doesn't work, can you fly the plane? That's the thing of a pilot, right? And fighter pilots.
Yeah.
Fighter pilots absolutely have almost zero, interaction when you go into combat mode. It's you, right? The computers will keep you from overcompensating and blowing yourself up. But so, what super gift that you get, Richard, that you had to run to the door and unload and all that? Did you get a new car?
Popcorn. My neighbors like to make their own special popcorn and bring popcorn around. So yeah.
I was going to say, I hope it wasn't Microsoft sending you popcorn, because I didn't get mine.
I didn't get my stuff either.
I found that, Microsoft, it depends on which team you're in as to how much presents you get.
It does.
Some teams are very good at giving stuff away. And others, they just say Merry Christmas and away you go. Just get a lot of time off instead.
Nobody likes me, so I don't expect anything.
Yeah.
Everyone loves you, Rod.
Yeah.
John, I have to meet you once to talk with you about scuba diving. I'm a scuba diver myself, and so my whole family are scuba divers as well. I'm also a dive master and master scuba diver as well. So so it's really great to meet passionate IT people that are also scuba divers. So
yeah.
Pretty good.
So you'll be at Summit? Look me up. I'd love to chat.
I can do that. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I dive too.
I was
Noodle. That's Noodle.
Nice,
This is
Edward.
a good. This is good. Maybe we need a scuba diver, security scuba diver thing on the Discord channel.
A deep dive into diving. I love it.
Exactly.
We're not diving in the Aruba. We're going to snorkel, because my wife was trying to pull out.
Yeah, I'm so lame that I would start a lot of my sessions with "Let's dive in."
Yeah.
I don't make money for my creativity. I'm just saying.
Teach them all the hand signals so they know when they can pull up.
Yes. Biggest thing. I got to get a new regulator too. Thought about that. And some new tanks too. I'm so paranoid that when I travel, it takes all of me to not be fearful of renting tanks. I just don't trust people's maintenance. I just need it. Yeah. And especially I go look at, oh God, what was I at? God, steer of the tank was all rusty, like I had been dented up. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I think the limit of my ambition is we're going to just do some jet skiing while we're there, and we'll park it and dive off the side, go down, snorkel a little bit. Found my old mask and my old wetsuit from the Navy.
Wow,
Still fit?
nice.
Still fits.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, still fits.
I teach
Yeah.
a lot of closed circuit rebreather now, so I'm kind of into that these days.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think if I did it again, I can't have the thing in your mouth. I don't know the name of it, but I hate the mouth. I like the whole face one, so I'd probably try it again if I. My last name's Diver, and I can't dive. I tried it, and I was like, up, let's get out. No, not having this.
Yeah.
My son is 15, and he just decided that he wanted to become a dive master. So it's going to be a junior dive master. So it kind of runs in the family, but so he really would like to teach people, to become an instructor. So it's really cool.
Well, I would love to help him on that journey. That's what we should do. Maybe run Edward is we'll just do a security focused scuba training.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about teaching today, actually, I managed to get my certified trainer renewed for the 25th time.
Wow.
So
Congrats.
Right?
Yeah. So I started in 1999. So just got it renewed again. So that's kind of a special day.
That was a good year. I remember that year.
Yeah, I renewed mine for the 12th time this year.
Is it like driving where when you reach a certain age they won't give you a license anymore?
Probably. I wish they would take some people's licenses away. Golly, I hate driving. That's how.
Rod, you're not talking from experience here, right?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't like driving. I'm old and crotchety now, so not only get off my damn lawn.
I'm the same. My wife is horribly motion sick, so she for like the past since we've been married, she drives most of the time, and I've gotten really used to it. Every once in a while, would you mind driving? I'm like, no, I don't want to drive.
I'm happy to be the
enjoy
passenger.
sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to be chauffeur driven around by my wife. More than that.
Mhm.
That's great.
I'm with you.
My wife would chauffeur me in her car. She won't drive my truck. I don't want to drive the truck. Golly.
That was the best part about my kids getting their licenses, right? Is I could have them not only drive each other but drive me.
Yeah.
Not drive you crazy. I mean, literally
That's why
drive.
you have kids, so they can do your work for you.
Yeah. So I wonder. I think, we had some folks that were in the show. I forget who dropped off. Some people did say that they could only stay for a minute. I thought Steve Lee would have probably popped in. I know
He
had,
may have tried while we had a bunch of people already on, and because of that subscription thing, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, he may have tried.
Yeah, we'll figure it out next year. It's part of the 2024 series of improvements that we'll do. We'll go that route. Last week's show was really good with Kejo and talking about, the KQL learning resources. One thing was I run Firefox, Brave, Vidali, Edge, all in this computer. I'm not running Chrome at all. And I save each browser for something very specific. I use Edge or Vidali. Vidali, if you guys are not using that browser, I think that's Rod's favorite, right? It's so customizable, right? And I use that for all subscription based. I started doing just a tally of all the things I've signed up for. I got to stream some of this stuff down. Like whenever someone sends a special, like I bought a lifetime membership to Shodan, right? Enterprise, right? It was $99 or something, $5 actually. No, what was it? $50. And barely use the thing to scan IPs and looking for S3 buckets. So I'm consolidating all these things that I bought. And if I'm not going to use them, maybe that's something we give away, right? It's lifetime. Just switch the email over and say you can have it. The Shodan is probably really good for pen testers and stuff like that. People that are doing reconnaissance, right? I just can't resist the deal. So I go out and I buy it impulsively. But I just got junk. Like the guest that's coming on next week after next.
We don't have a show next week, by the way, for those listening in. Just be aware that we're actually taking a week off. Imagine that.
You should.
The show in January, we got is it Jason? He runs the Intune how-to YouTube channel. So he's gonna come on and talk about that. And I enticed him to come on. I met him at Ignite, and he agreed to come on. I sent him my ASA firewall. I said, "You have the firewalls. I heard you give them away on the show." I said, "I got plenty of firewalls. Which one you want?" So I sent him my ASA because he
Is
wants to
that
do some stuff.
Stephen Hosking?
Stephen
maybe?
Hoskins, yeah. Yeah. So I sent him you see, he got up and running, found a license for it, updated the iOS on it. They didn't call it iOS anymore, I forget. And he put the firepower module on it. And he said it works fine. Got a couple of more we'll give away next year or something. I got another Fortinet I'm not doing anything with, and I got a Palo Alto that's sitting downstairs.
That is January 10th, by the way.
January 10th, he's coming on.
Stephen, yeah. I won't be here. I'll be in the air. Headed to San Francisco.
We need to make sure we make a note of that so we can make sure we cover. At least if I invite the gentleman, I got to at least make sure I'm there, right? Can't invite a flake.
Well, I know Stephen. So the conference that you talked about potentially submitting sessions for MMS in at the Mall of America in Minnesota, which Morton's actually, him and I may actually be there. We'll see. That's where I know Stephen from. Stephen, he's there at every one of those. In fact, I saw him at the one in Miami in November.
He's an Aussie,
Yeah.
So he's back home in Australia, but he has family in Utah. So he had me ship all the stuff to Utah. It's okay. We do that. He's good. He's a good guy. Good to meet him at Ignite. John, were you at Ignite?
I was not this year because I had a previous commitment in Dallas, so I was bummed. I tried to catch some of the virtual sessions, and that didn't go well. So I caught some of it, and then wait a minute. No, so this year Ignite was I was down speaking at a conference in Florida. So
you were at what's the name of it?
Live 360.
That's right. I love that conference. So you were at the what's the amusement park right next to
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios. Yeah.
Where
I was
the
there
Grinch
last
is
year. I
king.
love that. Yeah. I love that conference.
I do too. It's one of my faves, and that's why given that choice, that's why I went. And Stephen Rose was there, so
yeah,
a friend of yours, and
Michael
Niehaus. So it was.
Michael is with 2 Pint now instead of Tanium. He no longer works for Tanium. He now works for a company called 2 Pint Solutions. Imagine that.
All about 2 pints.
I was just
exactly what it is. It's a UK company. They the people I've known them since I wrote that first book. I've known them since that SMS installer book, Edward. They started a company called 1E. They sold the company. One of the owners went and was a pig farmer for about 10 years, and then they decided to get back into technology, and they started the company called 2 Pint because they like to go to the pub.
I do my best thinking when I'm drinking. all inhibitions are down. I'm like, now why can't I time travel?
Edward, can I use that as my new tagline? I do my best thinking when I'm drinking.
Absolutely, you can. I came up with it when I was drinking.
See, there you go.
One thing that we're going to do on the show, to those who are going to go back and listen to the recording later, is that we're going to do our darnest. I'm sort of in charge of this, of getting more, MSI swag into your hands. We're going to create some stuff. We're also known as Red Cup Security. So we want to make sure that we get this stuff out. People actually like it, man. I drank out of the same Red Cup, Rod, since you've been part of the show, right?
Yeah.
Yep. We all, what's in here is of, debate. It's apple juice. That's what we do. We're going to get more. We're going to create some stuff that we can get into people's hands and do stuff like that, right? Especially if we end up being at, a conference or something. And it's easier than a t-shirt. You can never bring the right size. You're never going to have the right size for everybody, but everybody this is a universal size. If it's not enough room, because it only holds, what do these Red Cups hold?
16 ounces, maybe.
16. This cup holds 20 ounces. Well, it can't. That's not physics. Yes, it is. Fill it to the top. Now top it off. There you go. Go ahead, top it off. As much as you want to put in here, I promise you. So do that. That's it, man. Having fun. Richard, I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm in a new group. I'm doing Defender Experts.
Nice. Good to
So
hear.
I am a GBB on that. John is familiar. We'll keep it right there. And that's the thing that I'm doing now. So
Cool.
in addition to what I'm doing in the role, I'm doing a lot of the community stuff. So I'm helping with a lot of the blog posts you see come out. It's been announced that inside the Customer Connection program that's dedicated security, the Defender Experts has a channel. John, have you joined that? Have you been invited to that?
No, I haven't. I want to though.
I'll take care of that. I
You
got
rock.
a chat VT, and it's actually where you can exchange information. Good, bad,
perfect.
indifferent, ugly, the same way the Sentinel ones used to be.
Yeah.
With Christina ran. So
Mhm.
it's been added to it now, right? I thought Christina would have joined the show. I thought she said she was coming.
Me still.
Yeah. Did you get the invite out to Maria Thompson?
Let me look at that invite.
I told you we should have just blasted everybody.
Well, we have identified an issue. We have a bottleneck apparently, so
We'll address it next year.
yeah.
We saw the
Christina was on a list of invites. Yeah.
We sort of knew this, but they said that the number on the subscription level that we had was higher than what we just realized it isn't. Then they hit us. Oh, you need to update.
Well, they said 10 on screen, which is fine, but it should be unlimited in the green room. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I need a pack. Guess I need to go do that. And
Yeah, me too. I actually have to collapse my whole desk down as well. So all this is going now. My setup. You get it all comfy. You get it just how you want it. Mine's all got to go down. I got to collapse it, ship it, set it all up again.
I think the biggest thing we did for the show, even if we don't get all the participants, because we realized there was a Microsoft Christmas party in Atlanta downtown. I was headed down there to do it, and I just can't because I really got to go pack and get ready to go. My flight tomorrow is like first thing hopping.
Oh.
But we're going to go stay at a hotel near the airport because I live an hour from the airport. So I'm like 45 minutes if I speed. So we're going to go do that. But we just want to tell all our listeners, thank you for the support. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for showing your perspective. There are a lot of other podcasts you've probably been invited to. We hope we'll be one of those decisions where we have fun here. You can ask the questions. You can be. This is a show of highly opinionated facts, right? Come on here and say whatever, right? We don't. You could be right or wrong. We just want the perspective on it. And we're gonna do some good stuff next year. We're gonna have fun again. We're gonna have more fun, not again, more fun. We're gonna introduce some new stuff.
Yep.
We're gonna continue with the things that work, discontinue things that don't work. Broaden our guest, invites to. My thought may be I talked to a young lady at Microsoft, and why it's not directly security related, she needs to come on the show. She was talking about a service that we have I did not know existed. You sort of know it does.
There's a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you do what again? I met her at the Microsoft Christmas. It's a gazillion of them going on. I met her at a Christmas party a week ago. And when I finally talked to her on Teams, she told me, I'm like, you do what again? Oh yeah, this is. I was like, yeah, I want you to come on the show.
Yeah.
I want you to tell everybody about this because it makes sense now about what I'm seeing that's going on. So she's a program manager for a service that we do, and you're probably running on it and you don't even know it. And so she said, yeah, absolutely, I'll come on.
Have you done any shows around the new Entra Private Access?
So I have someone lined up, Camilla. She presented with me in Houston last week. That was her presentation. So it was SASE, but it encompasses a lot of products to build that moniker, and that was one of the things she talked about.
Yeah.
Right? and it was fortuitous. Rod couldn't make it; he was sick. I couldn't present on security and AI. I couldn't talk to Fender experts because Critical Start was the sponsor. They would have been a little hot. So I pivoted to ITDR and MDI rather than going into the interest piece. But when I talked about the identity, she came on and talked about that piece and that intra identity, and that's a component. So she's very nice. She's a Microsoft Blue Badger. So she said, "Yeah, I'll come on and talk about it." And it's interesting. It's built not to beat out the competition. It's built to, as she said, it is niche right now as we figure out what is desired. So we're not trying to beat Zscaler and all that other stuff. They're like, yeah, sure, they go do their thing. They're the 800-pound gorilla for now, right? But wait till you see some of the stuff.
I worked with it this weekend, and I must say I'm really a fan of that feature. And it like 20 minutes from start, and it works with all the features that admins know, like enterprise apps, conditional access, and you can deploy it in 20 minutes. Then you have like remote access to file shares, to terminal services, remote desktop SSH, and whatever you want. And I'm working with the product team right now to test some of the new features coming out that really looks pretty cool. And for now, I know it's in private preview, and the license is enough with the license that people have. That might change, it says in the paper, but still, it's. I think it's really a cool feature that, and I was posting on LinkedIn this weekend, and a lot of people are really excited about it and have gone to play with it as well. So it's very easy and easy to set up.
And the access component that is how to spark my brain, because I'm a networking guy, is the configuration for the primary VPN products, right? So she sort of talks about how to set it up with Meraki, right? But you can choose just about any major player, and it sort of made everything. It reminds me back in the day that having split brain DNS and having split tunnel was a luxury that you gave to someone, but you actually came into the core. And nothing was exposed. Everything's coming out through private endpoints and stuff like that. So it started going back to that model where you VPN into a centralized core device, and then that's your egress and egress, right? And she shows some stuff I can't talk about. I need her to come on the show to make sure, because it's getting ready to go GA on a couple of things. But she's in Chicago, very knowledgeable, super friendly, and she said she'd come on the show and talk about it. She said, "Oh yeah, I can come in January and show you a bunch of stuff." I think I'm gonna try to deploy it in my lab next year. Hey, look who decided to show up!
Steve is here.
Steve Lee, and he has he has the elf version of the hat on. and he took it off.
You're muted or something, Steve. No, let me see. Let me look at your mic settings from here.
Flex and Tony said there are 156 seats left for the Denmark thing. I will make that decision and make that happen over the holidays. I think
you need to make that decision right now.
I'm not the boss. The boss is downstairs packing.
Oh.
Trying to get me killed. Oh,
you could blame it on me. I'm okay with that.
She don't mind killing you too, at all. You know, she's ex-army. She's like just one more person.
Very nice, Steve.
All right, can you hear me now?
There you go. Now I can. Yeah, we can hear you now. Steve Lee is here.
Steve
Lee.
Hey
guys. I felt left out with the lack of festive gear, so I went ahead. Yeah, there you go. Look at that long one. So I stole it from my kids.
There you go, man. So from Santa. Santa's the victim of holiday theft and everything. Steve, how you doing? The resident expert on all things Defender experts for hunting, Defender experts for XDR. What's going on, brother? What did Santa Claus bring you?
Going good. Sorry I'm late. Like my kid is doing tryouts for this little elementary school flag football thing, so I had to go wrap that up and came over here. And kids will be out in a few weeks, but yeah, Dex, everything in Dex land is great.
Very good.
We're rocking, as you know.
And did you tell your son the way to make the team in flag football is when someone catch the ball, body check 'em? And the coach like, yeah, we need a goon on the team just to make sure.
I don't know. Do I want him to be the goon? I don't know. But you know what? He dropped those first few passes and he was having a hard time, recovering. So I had to give him a little pep talk. So that was my first kind of moment there as a dad to step in. But that was fun.
Yeah. You need an enforcer to come in. Yeah, so there you go. I've been watching a lot of hockey. Probably Brody's influenced me, but I used to watch a lot of hockey anyway because Atlanta was one of the first, actually the only team in the South. We had the Atlanta Flames back in the day. Remember that?
Yeah.
They used to play the
You said you're going to
Arena.
Nashville here shortly. Nashville has a big NHL team too.
Yeah. I'll be in Nashville. I'll be in Nashville for New Year's.
I watch hockey to take a nap.
Actually, dude, you ever meet a real professional hockey player? They're some of the most remarkable athletes.
Oh,
You think
I was
it's
going to
easy?
say I may have. They just, it's hard to tell them in public that they're actually a hockey.
Dude, you can tell them on the golf course. You take a
Oh,
guy
I'm
with a driver with one hand, he drove the ball 150 yards. One hand. Whack. And hockey players has hand-eye coordination that is just is otherworldly. And you got to think about how much they skate. They're essentially sprinting the entire time, right?
Yeah. Happy Gilmore. He was a hockey.
Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Happy Gilmore, yeah. Those and they can hit the hell out of a softball. They'll tell you when someone throws a softball, they can just watch the balls in slow motion. Because I saw one guy he was playing in the Gwinnett Gladiators, the minor league here, and the guy called himself pitching the fastball he got and caught the ball because he really got to play. He just caught it, threw it back, and you can't do that strike. You can't do that. He said, "Well, it's going to go in. He's going to get past the guy and everything." And the hockey players are phenomenal.
Hey, Steve, what do you have planned for the holiday? Quiet holiday, family type Christmas, or other things?
Yeah, I would say quiet. Like I'm here in Southern California, and we kind of don't have the white Christmas around here, so we have to drive up up to our local mountain and get some of that. But otherwise, yeah, it's all the families here, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah, we don't have to go anywhere too far. Like our neighbors have to go to Pennsylvania and all that stuff. So being that my wife's side, my side, my parents, her parents, we got big families, so we're all kind of staying here. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of the one who pulled the short straw. Actually, I'm not taking any vacation time next week, so I'll be manning the mailbox for Dex in case anybody wants to keep me company. Send a help email to Dex.
Well, that is one area where you kind of have to stay on top of it, right?
That's true, and not only me, but our folks who actually run the business, who are the people who operate, who are there 24/7. So like, they don't have a sense of taking time off.
It's just a different way they do it. Big shout out to Brian Hooper and Phoebe Rogers. Phoebe being one of the folks, right?
Oh yeah, Phoebe. Yeah,
Yeah.
Phoebe, one of the folks, exactly.
They were on. Was it not last?
Week before
2 episodes ago.
last.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago. And they're asking for more people to come on to the show to talk about a few other things, right? I had a great conversation with Ray today about some stuff that we're going to be doing, Steve. So she's actually funny to talk to. Because I don't talk to her the way you and I talk, the way I and Keith used to talk. You got to figure out where to insert your words. You're not going to get a word in. That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
It's like-
she's so much energy,
A lot of energy. She got a good sense of humor too. She had me laughing. Yeah, I'm excited about what the expert stuff is going to do. I will hit the new year with a highlight. Got a win coming up. That'll be, you probably already know about it, but that's coming up, and a few other things. So the service is growing. It's maturing like hell. Well, I'm sorry, we're family friendly. It's maturing like heck, and getting better. So I'm loving that too. So we need to have another show. Well, we're gonna have at least one show a quarter where we talk about it, because I'm the host of the show, so we're gonna have it.
I was gonna say that we got it. We got to.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
I think it was Brian and Phoebe both wanted to come back, right? And maybe we need to have Steve on at the same time. We can have a quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Brian introduced himself, but he was kind of one of the co-founders of the whole thing too. So it's awesome you got Brian on there. And
They asked to come on, and now I'm in the little community thing, and a lot of them say, "Hey, man, we want to come on and talk about this, and that." If you look at their go-to-market stuff with everybody on that team, our show is listed as one of the outlets for it. So they say, "Hey, we're going to use this show to be able to get some of these outlets out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't mind, all about it. Self-serving, right? I'm on that team, absolutely.
We got to find some way of paying for that extra subscription. So
We'll figure out a way. I'm sure we have people that love to be paying sustainers to the show, because we're gonna up the ante a little bit. I have some ideas. Me and Rod are gonna run through them. Make sure that we can deliver.
yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Time and do that.
No, this time of year, I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like all the notable security stuff kind of happens during, the holidays and
all the scams, all the Yeah. My mom, she generally gets taken by most of them. So
Yeah, this is the time of year when I go out and I sit on a couple of boards and advisories and stuff, and I tell everybody, you get about 5 major, global and ubiquitous stuff. November, why? That's when everybody re-signing up their benefits across the U.S. That's health enrollment. So, hey, we are so and so. Click on here to update your health benefits. Hat. Christmas, Prime, whatever. Buy this hat. January, obviously we know that, right? That's tax season getting ready to start, right? Hack. And Prime, Amazon has made its Prime Day the quintessential hacking holiday, because everybody wants something from Amazon. So that's the ongoing hack. So there are certain times, but when we had the 2 individuals on that talk about cybersecurity awareness, that was a really, really good show too. Just tell the people, keep it simple. If you didn't ask for it, don't click on it. And even if you're expecting it, you weren't expecting this notification. If something told you it's going to ship in 15 days and you get something that says, "Hey, your order just shipped," this thing right here will get you in trouble all day. Go to the site, log on and see, right? But we are hyper get it done here in the US, but I'm on my soapbox. Why do they call it a soapbox?
I'll just have to ask Bing Chat.
Yeah. Why do they call it soapbox?
I think we're actually not old enough to understand that. So.
Stephen Ross said, "Happy holidays, guys, and thankfully great shows in 2023. Looking forward to 2024." Yeah, we're gonna. One of my things I want to do is at least have once a month that is very visual, where we demo stuff and sort of show stuff a little bit more, right? I want to see some stuff, because some of the shows that we did are lost in translation unless you go back and.
Yeah, you have to actually watch those shows, and I think we need to do a better job of making sure during the show that people know that we are showing that stuff. They need to come and watch it.
Yeah, I want to do, one of the things that we're going to do. It is not secret, Ron. So we're going to make sure that, unless there's a special thing, that once a month it would just be us. Well, one of us showcases something, or all of us. We'll take the hour, and each one of us takes 15 minutes. Especially Andrea now, where she can show, since she's part of the security co-pilot team at Microsoft. I'd love to see what she can show. And Rod, my personal tenant, got accepted into the unified XDR and SIM thing. It's who you know, Rod. What you know?
But I know you. Why isn't it? Why isn't it happening?
Well, I'm not extending my favors for your ass. I'm not. Once again, we're a PG show. I'm not extending my favors for your butt. No, we will. It's and so it showed up in my tenant. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But my lab is pretty robust. I literally have hundreds of stuff in it and dozens of endpoints that are active in the world, and it gives me good telemetry. That's why Andrea wanted access to it. I got MDE devices deployed in Japan, France, London, and a few others. So you just, hey man, I got a laptop. If you're going to work on it, can I send it to you? Put this on. I need the telemetry. So pretty good in the islands. So I got stuff all over. And you know why, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why I have all that. So I got a lot of little touch points all over the world. Thailand, Germany. I'm missing a place. Can't remember. Let's see. But guys and girls, whoever's on the call, I know we were scheduled to 7. Me being the host, I'm going to take this time off to get some early packing. We got a gazillion messages over here. Hold on. Who's seeing this stuff?
By the way, a soapbox is exactly what it says. People used to use a soapbox and stand on it to get above everybody else to give people a message. It was an actual soapbox that they used. So
I'm assuming it's not the little cardboard ones that are like this big. That
no.
Somehow I don't think that'd be effective. But
well, I looked it up too. So soap would come in bricks, about this size.
Whoa!
Right? And so it would come in a box, and you would. It's like, remember how they used to deliver ice?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So you would. Soap was a luxury, right? It's oil and linen, and you got two versions of it. You can get lye base soap, not recommended. Soap. And so they would deliver, and you could get a entirety of it. And a lot of places that uses the soap were tanning places and skinning places and stuff like that. So you would buy it in a soap box. So I looked it up too. I'm like, why is it a soap box? Because you buy, it was not cost effective to sell you a bar of soap.
I have learned something from the Security Insight show today that is possibly trumps all the security stuff.
You never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
Right?
Never know. Guess what I found, Rod, that actually still works. And I'm going to get off here. I have a Windows-based phone from HP.
Oh, that's great.
And it still works.
I think we threw mine away. All my Windows phones eventually.
I think maybe it has the right time and everything. I think maybe I got the sitting adapter charger for it. I powered it up, and it actually updated. You put it on wires, it updated the Windows operating system. Maybe we gift it away to our listener next year. The entire kit. It has with a little docking station, a charger.
Yeah.
The docking station has an Ethernet port on the back.
Well, you have to kind of sort of expect, and this is just me talking, but Satya said something 2 or 3 weeks ago that we made a mistake by getting out of the phone business. And with AI and everything that's being built into a lot of these mobile devices, hey, there might be a chance that, who knows?
You need to go back and look at the history of why we got out. And our current CEO is the reason why. Go read the history.
But he's the one that said we made a mistake. So.
Of course we did. Go look at where he came from and why that happened.
Yeah.
You'll know why we got out of it. And yeah. Satya's history is pretty good, and how he ascended to where he was, and his ascension caused somebody to leave the company too, Ballmer. Yeah. But he wanted to stay in the business.
What was the name, the individual that we sent to Nokia and then came back when we
Satya.
No, it was
Satya.
I remember that person.
Satya. Oh, yeah, Satya. He's either Satya was at Nokia or Qualcomm. I'm gonna bake the phone on that.
2013. Stephen Elop.
Yeah, but go look at what Satya was.
Well, he made it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it happened. This is actually pretty cool, man. It updated everything. You can put your mail on it. You can dock your device. I know that Henry like, I'll take it.
Oh, those were great for screencast. There was a little device you could buy that you could hook it up to a PC. Look at that.
The latest Outlook on it.
That was the best mobile OS, mobile UI.
And maybe we'll give away some old stuff. I got a Zoom sitting I found in the box.
Mm.
It still
Hey,
works.
Edward, I got a Surface RT here for you.
I got a box of stuff.
And we can write Sanford and Son on it before we send it out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I love it.
Well, everybody, I know we put it on there, but I saw an email that said that the show was from 5 to 6:45. I'm gonna stick to it. The last thing that I saw. I want to say thank you to all of you for coming on the show. You took time out. Henry for coming on and being a guest host more than once, taking Brody. Morton, especially you for the generosity and everything. When I first met you, you good dude. And Noodle, you just
Appreciate you, Noodle.
You just took it on and just did it all. And I'm like, it's good to see you in person. Steve, I work with you, so there'll be no, salutation and everything. I don't like my coworkers. Just kidding. Thanks so much for that. John, you're busy, executive busy, which is a different type of busy. And that
We need to have John back to talk about all these AI regulations eventually. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're filling up next year. We're getting a lot of requests rather than us going out and asking people to come on. Now we're having scheduling issues. We're stepping on each other's toes a lot. Like, dude, you can't schedule it. I already got somebody here. So we're going to fix that next year. We're going to keep having fun. And if anybody wants to come on and bring a topic on, or if a topic is talked about, but you don't think that we went into depth enough and we need to have a part 2, we've done some part 2 sessions. You can't get it all in sometime. And we'll definitely do whatever our listeners and supporters say, hey, man, do this. We're not going to be dry, and we're not going to talk at our audience. We're going to have fun on here, right? We're going to have fun on here. So like I said, I do my best thinking when I'm drinking. I'm about to go become a genius here pretty soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.